Hello everybody, I hope you're having a great day. Well, as you can see, I'm out harvesting some kale from our hay bale garden, and the kale really likes growing in these hay bales. And we usually just eat this raw uh, in a salad, but I thought I would try and saute some and maybe get a little spinach as well and show you how I do that. And just in case you'd like to do it sometime. I'm not really known for cooking very healthy, but every once in a while it's kind of fun to do it that way. Anyway, the first thing we want to do is, of course, take my ring off and then wash my hands. I don't show this most of the time in the videos, but I do it every time and keep my hands very clean anytime I'm cooking. And then we have this beautiful kale, and what you want to do is rinse it and make sure it's clean, and then you want to separate the leaves from the stem. And so I just pull it off like this. It's a very simple process. Just pull it off. Some people eat the stems, but they can be a little too tough. Alright, and once you get them all taken off the stems, I go ahead and continue to tear and shred the leaves like this. Tear them into smaller pieces and work through them. And then I turn on some water and we put about half a bowl of water in there and continue to work the kale and crush it. Use your hands to crush it and tear it. And what we're trying to do is kind of tenderizing it, if you want to call it that. Kale can be a little tough. It's not as tender as spinach, and this kind of helps break down the fibers a little before you cook it, and the water will turn green, and the more you work it and tear it and just crush it, and then once it's kind of worked and the water is green, you want to go ahead and drain it out. You can see that water. So we get the kale drained and we try and press some of the water out, and then we'll let that set and kind of continue to drain while we get a pan going. Get some fire going on a saute pan. Got a nice big skillet. I'm going to dice up an onion. Have a small yellow onion. And when these cook up, they're just as sweet. We'll dice it, give it a kind of rough dice. And then we'll put 2 tablespoons of butter. Now you can use oil or whatever you'd like, but I just like the flavor of butter. And so we'll put those onions in and get them cooking. The kale doesn't take very long to cook, so you want to get the onions started and add a little salt and pepper. I like the coarse ground black pepper. And then I'm also going to add some crushed red pepper as well. But this is all to personal taste. I like things a little spicy. You might not want to do this. So we'll just let those onions saute, and we're trying to let them become translucent. And now we want to add some garlic, so I have a couple of fresh garlic cloves, and we'll slice those up just as easy as that. We're going to let the onions cook for just a bit longer before we add the garlic. Okay, now we'll put the garlic in. You can see the onions are starting to get translucent and starting to cook. We certainly want to get the rawness cooked out of the onions. So we'll just let these continue to cook. In fact, I'll put a lid on it to kind of speed it up. And once they've cooked for about 3 or 4 minutes, you can see they're really coming along nicely. We don't want to burn the garlic. Now it's time to add the kale. And it's still damp. That's all right. It'll help it cook and steam. And we just put that in. That beautiful deep green color. Now you may not like kale, and that's fine. A lot of people don't, but if you do like it, here's one way to cook it and have it as a side dish. It's very healthy. In fact, they call it a superfood. I like it with sauteed onions. All right, very easy. And we'll go ahead and add a little bit of spinach. I picked that while we were out in the garden as well. And we want to add a little salt. Just like that. All right. Good. And we'll cover it and let this simmer for about 5 minutes. Take a look at that. Everything is nice and wilted, and it's really reduced. Now it's time for a taste to see if we need to adjust any of the seasoning. That tastes pretty good. Get some of that onion. I think it needs a little more pepper. Again, this is just to my taste, and a touch more salt. And then we'll give it a quick stir, and it's really ready. We'll go ahead and take it out. As you can see, this has quite a bit of onion in it, and you'll have to adjust that according to your taste. But this is just the way I like it. Very good and healthy. Hey, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you next time. Bye now.